Have you ever noticed that some people just get everything easier than others? You may have started your job at the same time as your coworker, but after a year, they're already your senior. Or maybe your friend is always more popular than you in her love affairs. Or perhaps you worked on your test with your classmates, but they got better points while you had to retake the test. The truth is, these people aren't better than you. They just use these psychological tricks that help them in life. Hi, it's Wisey. Watch our video and be a step ahead tomorrow. If you're watching us for the first time, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Our team always brings you new information about anything and everything. Trick 1. Ask for more. Imagine a situation where your friend asks you for $500 and you refuse. You may feel bad about it because you can't help him much. Then, when he asks you for at least $100, you agree much faster. When you ask someone for something they can't possibly give you, they already feel bad for refusing to support you. So, when you ask for something not so significant, they're more likely to help you with it. Our minds can become lost in such a comparison because we immediately opt for the less demanding option. It would seem like a great deal, even if we didn't intend to agree to anything before it. Just try it. Trick 2. Show vulnerability. Although you often hear from the media that people don't like us being weak and helpless, you should instead focus on the fact that everyone likes to be helpful. Here's the thing. People always feel better when they help someone in need. It allows them to feel stronger and more important to others. So, if you want to talk to someone or build a better relationship with them, ask them for help with something easy, like opening the door or telling you where a bus stop is. These things won't require them to do a lot, but they will help you win them over. Trick 3. Have serious talks during meals. When people eat, their minds become too busy focusing on eating, so they don't really dedicate all their attention and emotions to what they hear. We simply can't process everything that's happening around us if we're eating, and food also evokes positive feelings in us, unless it's poorly made, of course. It is a part of our culture, after all. We always use meals as a way to connect to people. If you want to tell your parents about your plans to go on a long trip they won't approve of, try doing it when both of you sit down to eat. Better yet, do it in a public place where their negative reactions would attract attention. Fact of the day. And now it's time for the fact of the day from Wisey. Did you know that by simply copying the movements and words of another person, you can make them like you more? This simple yet effective trick makes you closer to the person you talk to. What can it look like? You can mirror their sitting pose and use some words they said to show that you've heard them well. Most people often look for themselves in others, and when someone looks or behaves like them, it immediately makes them feel drawn to that person. Of course, if you repeat everything they say, it will simply look creepy. Many people conducted this experiment, and it always worked out if done well. Trick 4. Use silence to your advantage. Silence is a great tool, but many people underestimate it. You may have noticed yourself that you feel much better or worse in situations where other people are quiet. No one likes awkward silence. But in this case, we want to talk about uncomfortable silence. Have you noticed that people feel very weird when you're silent with them? It's because in close social situations, or with someone we know, silence feels very unnatural. It is linked to the idea that we not only can talk to people, but actually should if we are the only person near them. That's how we're taught to socialize. Let's imagine you've got a friend who may have told something bad about you to a person you like romantically. In this case, you can ask them about what they told about you. And, after a simple and nice reply, become silent. Your friend will think that you already know something, and after you become silent, they may tell you much more. But don't overuse this trick, or you'll simply look like a very quiet person. Just make sure it helps you get information out of the person if needed. Trick 5. Make favors your new currency. Doing nice things for people is a cool way to connect with them and have a way to influence them. Let's say you really helped someone even if they didn't ask you to. After you do them such a favor, they become indebted to you, and they will be much more open to helping you in the future. It can seem like a strange thing to do, but in many ways, you do two things at once. You help someone and also build a network with them. This trick can become really helpful if you need a similar favor from a person in the future. After all, they will gladly assist you after everything you did for them. In many cases where money doesn't have any role, doing a favor first is a great way to start a relationship and use it if necessary. Quiz! Before we move on to the next trick, let's do a short quiz. What is the worst way to connect to someone fast? Take a guess. Is it A, making a joke? B, dressing in exotic colors? C, staring into their eyes for long? Or D, making lots of compliments? The answer is C. Research has shown that stereotypes lie to us. Long stares not only don't bring you closer to the person you want to attract, but can actually make the whole interaction creepy or simply problematic. Imagine someone staring at you for long. In many situations, like a dark hallway or a train, it would be a reason to run away screaming, so try not to do it. Other answers, like making a joke or dressing brightly, will actually gain you a lot of points if you want to attract someone. And hey, who doesn't like compliments? Trick 6. Make the first 5 seconds count. Science has shown that it's very unlikely for an individual to change the impression of themselves once the other person has already formed it. And such an impression can be formed in the first 5 seconds. That can seem like very little time, but it's actually a lot for those who know how to show themselves from a positive angle. Remember that when first meeting someone, you don't need to be rude or talk a lot. Simply smile and say something pleasant but not boring. It's crucial for them to remember you as a nice person whom they can talk to. Surely, if you've lost your first chance, you can still improve it. We all know stories about people who had an argument but later became best friends. But that's just how it is. It's challenging to change what others think of us. Trick 7. Be the first or the last. If you're planning to have an interview or to present something during a class presentation, always try to perform first or last. In almost all cases, being in the middle will grant you much less attention. People's attention becomes vague when they listen to someone who's among all others. They've already heard a lot, and they will hear more, so the concentration of the audience falls. If you don't want to attract attention, better try to stay in the middle then. Now that you know these simple tricks, you can slowly integrate them into your life. Most of them don't require any additional investment and can be used on any occasion. Keep in mind that first tries can be a little bit awkward, so start practicing them with people you don't know well. Just focus on your needs and analyze what worked well and what didn't. We hope you find this video helpful, and if you want to see more, hit the like button and subscribe to never miss the new content about anything and everything. Until the next video, take care!